Okay, directory monitor is pretty much completed. I just wanted to go through. There's a couple glitches that I'll put in the ticket too, just so everyone's on the same page. But I think we have an issue on the template creator on the site end. And a few other minor things, but other than that, for the most part, I'm relatively happy with everything. So directory monitor, when it first opens, you get the base screen here. And on the space screen, you can see there's no monitors loading. You can still control test mode from the file itself, which is located here in settings. But I added a feature I like quite a bit. That's you can flip right into test mode right from here. So I'm going to flip into test mode, and as you can see, it loads all my test templates on here. So now I'm in test mode. Everything I do is test mode related. If I wanted to go create a new template, it would tell me, please note you are in stage testing mode. So everything can be controlled with a very simple click of going in and out of test mode. I like that more for the testing purposes. I don't know if you guys are going to want it in the live version, but for right now, it just makes it very easy to go in and out of doing the tests. So I took off test mode, and I'm now in production mode, which production mode is completely blank. So if I want to go create a new template, I'm going to get a warning message. It says there are no accounts set up yet. You must go to the account add update. So basically it's saying that I need to first create all my different accounts. And since my production account, I have 4 different accounts on it, let's add a couple of them right now. So I'm going to go to the account add update. My first account is Vinny881. Let me put in my password on that. And if it's a good account, it will say successful validation. Now I have one account in here if I wanted to go create a template on it. I have the Vinny881 account. But I actually have 4 accounts. So let's take this and add some more accounts in here. So again, we're going to go account add update. Let's do Vinny881 dues account, which is what we use for our, since we have multiple accounts here. So I'm going to add the dues, and let's add the severance account as well on here, which these are just accounts I have on the live production server, so we could have segregated billing. And so I'll do Vinny881 severance. And I'm going to put in a wrong password here just so you could see if I put in a wrong password, it's going to tell me this login did not validate, therefore that account was not added. But let's now do the proper password. Okay, so now we are on there. We should get successful validation on it, which is all good. Hold on. All right, so now if I go to create a template, you'll see in my drop-down I could select all the different accounts I added. And on this, let's say we want to, I'm going to stay out of production just because I don't want to mess around with my live stuff. So I'm going to switch into stage mode. And on my stage mode, I already have an account on here. So I have my Vinny881, and now it tells me I'm on the stage mode. So let's create a new template in stage mode. So we're going to click, let's create a general address capture. So it's going to take me right into the page, and it'll log me in and do everything we need to. So I'm going to call this the demo Vinny, and then we'll put, this will be an 8.5 by 11. Let me just speed through this real quick. Address and separate page. We'll do a number 10. We'll do full color. We'll do a white 24, printing one side. Do first class, and for the address, let's just use the default address. Okay, so now let's continue to the next step on here. And I'm going to drag a file in here that I like working with, which is my stage test file. So let me grab it over from this end over here. I have it in, got a folder already set up called Matt Test, which I was using with Matt for a while. But let's grab a stage test template. Just drag it in here. Now here's where you got a glitch, I think, on the web page, but I'm not too sure if maybe this is by intent. But on here you see the address block doesn't preload, only the first page constant does. So I'm going to put this over here. And I found a quick workaround. It's not that big of a glitch, but I don't know if this is intended behavior. If I didn't know that there was supposed to be another block here, I wouldn't know what else to do on here. But I find if I click address block, it then shows up. So it's, I don't know if that's by intent or if that's a glitch, but it would seem like you'd want both of them on the page when it starts because it's not very clear to click on that address block. But anyways, let's process this. It's going to successfully validate, and now we're done with it. So now we've created a new template. So now let's add a template. So we're going to add directory and template monitor. So you can see it asks me what account I want to work with. So I'm going to grab a template from the Vinny881 account. And as soon as I click my Get Templates here, here's all my templates, and there's the Demo Vini template I just created. So let's use the Demo Vini template, and I'm going to create a new directory here to monitor. Let's call this directory, where's my, oops. Let's call it my demo. That'll work for now. So on here, now let's go and let's add, we're going to use a Demo Vini template to monitor the test demo folder. Okay, so now we're doing that. We're using this template and we're going to monitor. So you can see that now is live monitor going on there. Again, we're still in stage mode, so I don't really care what's going on this. I'm going to now take a file which we've used on there, which Vini Stage is a good file for that because it's that's what the template was created off of. And let's send it on through. So I want to get so you can see everything on the page here. So let's go going back / test. Let's copy this file first. Okay, so as soon as I paste this file on here, it should do everything for us. So let's take a look. Okay, so PDF is now being sent using the template Demo Vini. Please wait. Successfully processed. So everything is now done. It is in the process folder. That's the batch ID and everything else. And of course, it would all show up on our log files too. So if I want to view the process batch, and there's our nice batch there. I still have the batch detail set up where I could actually go and click on this, and it'll take me to the batch detail page, which we wrote. I don't know if we want to change that. This might take a second to load up here. My Internet Explorer is very slow, so please bear with me. And this is just the page that once it goes in there, it'll show you all the job details and everything like that. And we just built that prior. Now, here's some downfalls in this. I don't know if we want to build it in there. Since I'm no longer doing the processing, I don't know anymore how many total items, how many were omitted, how many were submitted. I would need to query the batch later, which I think I'll probably end up building a live monitor on there to make sure it's always pulling in these things. But by passing everything off to you, I lose the ability to get my total items in there. But it shows me we use a Demo Vini template and all the basic stuff on here. All right, so now let's look at some of the new features on here. We still have, under the advanced settings, we could now do the two different types of things, where these two are now obsolete because you guys are handling all these. But if we wanted to do the normal Excel mapper, which is when we're gonna take two files and put it in there, you now got the same type of things on here where you get to pick the account, I get to click templates, and again put it on the template that I want, and then do all my file things. So you could do the two files to one, and all that stuff still works very, very nice. I'm going to add a feature on here too where it actually shows you the template information, and here you're kind of going blind on it. So I think I want, or I think it'd be nice for the user if you could right-click and say Show Template Details, just so you can see, okay, this is a letter 8.5 and has all these settings on there. All right, let's go back to some of the other stuff on here. If I ever need to change a password, I could just re-enter in over here. So if I want to, if my site password changed, all I would do is need to re-enter one time. That automatically updates all my user settings. Everything's good there. And again, switching in and out of all the modes is just a simple click of a button. By default, it's in production mode. If you flip the flag to stage mode in the settings file, by going into test mode, you're now going to go into developer mode. So it's always one level down when you go into test mode. Everything else is working for the most part. There's a couple other tweaks I want to do too on when you go to add the templates. So let's add a new directory in monitor. I don't like when it says get templates that it doesn't tell you that this is a mail merge template, so I'm going to put a dash after this and I'll say address list template, or I'm sorry, mail, what, I forgot what, mail capture, mail address list, mail merge. So I want to, it's going to say the type after that, so you know what all that is too. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty simple. So the account manager was the big pain on this one, but the accounts now are all cleanly done, and they all kind of tie into your site very cleanly. So I think the membership should like it. Now to the glitches. I'm going to put this in the ticket, but on here, when I use the address merge, I'm getting let's just do a live one on this. So in here I got a address list test that I'm doing, which is basically it's going to wait for two files, which is the Excel sheet and then the PDF, and then it's going to send it through on the template I created. I created this template using this exact file right here, which was the My Test Mapping ID 2. So I actually went online, I uploaded all this stuff, and everything just has 2 addresses on it. So this is what the template was created off of. But when I go to test address list, hold on one sec, let's test address list. All right, so when I go in here, oh, I don't want that. Cool. Sorry about the delay here, just please bear with me one sec. All right, so I'm going to put the PDF file in here. So what I'm saying is I want this PDF file to go to, and then I'm going to use this address list. And when I got my screen capture going, it kind of runs a little slow, but now let's put this in here. And I'm going to get an error on it, and we'll watch the output here, but here's the actual error message I'm getting. It says this right here, and this is I checked it out on Post Manager 2, but it says JSON object counting line is not a JSON object. I think that's an internal error on your end. If you guys could check that out, but I'll write it up in the ticket as well, all the minor bugs I'm having. But I think we're about 95% there, so everything's working good, and I'm pretty happy with where it's at. But I'll hopefully maybe do a live demo for Dave or Jim or Matt, whoever wants to see this tomorrow, and or on Monday, and we could kind of go through anything else we'd like to do on there. The biggest downfall so far on it is, like I said, on the logs itself. I've lost the ability to know how much is in here, so I don't know how many standard, non-standards, all that stuff, because I lose it when I pass it off to you. So I would need to query the job afterwards. So that's I just want to talk that through with you guys too and figure out how to go about doing that. I hope you guys like it.